The investor sentiment is clearly obvious. We can see that the Dow has been relatively flat now for the last 3 to 4 weeks after a good strong run up. So it's either resting, and probably more in this case, it's waiting to see what the results are of political situations after the inauguration. So at this point, knowing that the market's moving sideways and the Dow is trading just below the T line, but very indecisively, allows us to still take advantage of the strong chart patterns. The NASDAQ, although it pulled back on a little kicker type signal today, is still trading just above the T line. So we still have to see how the markets open tomorrow. But the safe positions obviously are the ones that are coming out of patterns or still in patterns. Candlestick, fry pan bottoms, classics, J hooks that haven't closed back below the T line. As illustrated in our recommendation on Magellan Petroleum, MPET, you can see the J hook pattern, classic coming from the fry pan bottom, which creates a strong price move. And notice how you can tell that there wasn't any real extravagant selling occurring when the profit taking was occurring. It was all dojis, and then they couldn't even close below the T line, taking us up into the next wave. So if this is wave 1, wave 3 should take you up into about the $18 area. The visuals of candlestick analysis are merely the graphics of what happens in human nature time after time, and using a simple indicator like the T line, the 8 exponential moving average, it allows you to stay in positions or identify patterns with a much greater probability and being much more concise. And knowing what the pattern represents, which is the accumulative knowledge of everybody buying and selling, which creates the pattern. And in this case, in our recommendation on CYH, we just stay long coming out of this fry pan bottom. We're now in this big breakout area, and you can see what it did today. It was still trading positive because it hasn't closed below the T line, even though the markets in general were soggy. And UCTT still in a 45 degree, which is one of the patterns we recognize. Notice how when it broke out big through the resistance level, we're just in a 45 degree. All we do now is stay long until we see a sell signal and a close below the T line. Being able to recognize what human nature does time after time allows us to take advantage of not only the price moves moving in the right direction, but which price moves are going to have excessive profitability to them. That'll be it. We'll see you in the chat rooms.